Let me tell you something about Marshawn Lynch. He didn't arrive in Seattle with that cross-eyed look.
Do you hear all these guys? They're like, well, you know, sometimes the Bears pull one out. You better get used to this dance move.
I can't even keep a straight face.
Well, hello there and welcome to Fan Face Off. I'm Chris Cashman, and this is the show where fans use fighting words to defend their favorite team and let the opposition know exactly maybe how they're feeling about them. No, apparently we can't all just get along. Tonight, Seattle and Chicago fans enter the ring before Sunday's home opener in SoDo, and they all look ready to rumble. Just look at them. Calm before the storm, I think. But before we ring that bell, we want to look back at last week's heavyweight bout. It was a game, of course, that left one team winless in Seattle and gave Green Bay a little taste of revenge. Now, each week we welcome back the winning MVP from last week's episode to have the last laugh, the last say, and will he serenade us with some Ciara? Who knows? Here's Green Bay's MVP, Paul, in this week's Extra Points.
Hey, what's going on, Seattle? Did you miss me? I told you Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. I was 1 point off on that score, but hey, that's because we gave you guys that 1 point back, so you feel a little bit better about the loss. But on the bright side, you got Chicago next week, and Chicago couldn't beat the drum in the middle of a carnival parade, so at least you'll win that game. Peace.
Yikes. Twisting the knife and throwing an insult at division rival Chicago in one fell swoop there. Hey, it's early on in the season. I think everyone needs to RELAX. Too soon? All right, congrats to you and your team, Paul. Maybe we'll have you back come playoff time. All right, now back to the present. We have fans from Chicago and Seattle here to preview the battle of winless teams. Who's finally going to get a W and who's left saying, why me? Why is this happening? We'll find out. Now, if you'd like to ask a question to our panel of fans or you have anything else to say, you can just tweet us. Use the hashtag FanFaceOff. All right, now time for the kickoff. Our super fans representing Seattle will be Norb, Garrett, Brian, and returning Seattle MVP, it's Lisa. And on the flip side, defending the Windy City, we've got Aldo, Kyle, Ernie, and Brady. There they are. Let's get right to it, gang. All right, we're going to start with our Seattle MVP from last week, Lisa. All right, now the big news this week, of course, in Seattle, the return of Cam Chancellor. How is this going to impact the team?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Just having him on the field is going to be amazing. Like, the energy in CenturyLink is going to be unreal. The LOB is back in action. Get ready for it. Now,
Brady, I saw you shaking your head. You're actually in LA, but you're a Chicago fan. How does Chancellor's return impact this weekend's game? You guys a little bit nervous?
I mean, I'd be lying to say if we weren't. Yeah, we are. We're definitely nervous. But, you know, if Jay Cutler gets back in that game, you know, anything can happen. I can't even keep a straight face. I can't even keep a straight face. Sorry. Hey, you got to believe, you know what I mean? And I believe in my Bears, and I'll stick with them. Go Cubs.
Brady, whatever you're going to say, just say it with conviction. And yeah, you know what? Let's address the elephant in the room. Both Chicago and Seattle started 0-2. Aldo, what's the biggest reason Chicago is winless?
Just a run of bad luck. That's all it is. You know, they have a new coach, a new offensive coordinator, a whole new staff. So it's just going to take a little bit of time to get going. Unlike the Seattle Seahawks, where the plain reason they're 0-2 is because they suck. Keep in mind that they are officially 0-3. They lost their last game, and I know the suicide rate in Seattle is very high, so I hate to bring up the Super Bowl. But they lost their last game against a Patriots team with a highly inflated reputation for themselves.
Although we have just kicked things off, and you're already in violation of roughing the Skyper here, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna kick things over to Garrett. Garrett, what does Seattle need to fix to get things on track tomorrow?
Well, first of all, it's going to start by being at home. Trust me, you guys. Chicago, you are going to get your kicked on Sunday. And if I were you, I would just stay in Illinois and start packing that Lou Malnati's down your throat.
Yeah.
Hang on. Chicago residents, obviously you guys are very familiar with the Cutler Makes Me Drink shirts that are being very popular now. My question to you, Ernie, will you be drinking more or less with Jimmy Clausen under center for the Bears?
Listen, I live a couple blocks from my favorite brewery on the planet, and Cutler is such a pathetic leader. He can't even lead me to that bar. That's thing one. With Clausen, listen, Chancellor's back. It's another person that can crush him or pick him off. At the beginning of the season, I'd be lying if I said 3-13 wasn't going to seem really, really great.
Oh my gosh, where did
Ernie's
you find
got some
these
serious
Bears
truth
fans
serum
at?
in his veins. Hang on, Kyle, what do you think?
Well, you know, the Bears really don't have anything to lose. Like, we're eating out the trough, to be very honest with you. So I don't think we can do anything but go a little up from here. I don't know. It could be one of those games. Like, the Bears usually lose the games that they're supposed to win and miraculously somehow can maybe pull off a W in the game they're supposed to basically be killed in. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to Seattle. Brian, what do you think? Chicago fans going to be closing down the bars in the Windy City with Clausen under center?
This is so depressing. We're making these poor Chicago fans even try to come up with some sort of weak argument as to their team even coming close to touching Seattle on Sunday. You hear all these guys? They're like, well, you know, it's surprising. You know, sometimes the Bears pull one out when we're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to win. Jimmy Clausen has thrown twice as many interceptions as he has touchdowns. I don't care who you have catching the ball. The Seattle defense has a better opportunity to catch the ball. So far this season, you guys, you're matching every team you play. You still find a way to choke this game away. I feel like your GM is Bartman.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Can I jump in?
Now, hang on for a second. Let's keep in mind that both of these teams are winless. And in Seattle, Marshawn hasn't rushed for 100 yards or even scored a touchdown so far this year. Kyle, in Chicago, is the beast mode finally hitting the dreaded running back wall?
Oh, yeah.
Is he beast mode or is he least mode? I don't know. I think as the season goes on, Marshawn's gonna, he's gonna get his games. He's gonna get his touchdowns. I just hope that breakout game doesn't start against us.
You need a
Kyle.
hope so bad. You do not even believe in your own team.
I mean, Kyle, you better be sure when you're going to call Marshawn least mode, you better be sure his mom's not watching because you know she's going to throw it down.
Let me tell you something about Marshawn Lynch. He
Here we go.
He didn't arrive in Seattle with that cross-eyed look. He got that in Seattle from all the pounding. And that offensive line that you've already criticized, Seattle, it's one of the worst in the NFL. And Justin Britt and J.R. Sweezy, those two guys, their name sounds like they're cast members of the Dukes of Hazzard.
All right, Aldo. All right, coming up in just a little bit, our panelists pick the players that will impact Sunday's game on the fantasy football field in our Week 3 Fantasy Blitz. But up next, we go outside the huddle and answer your burning questions, like how do we cram more Graham in Seattle, or any Graham, actually. We'll find out after this TV timeout. All right, hydrate, and then we'll throw it down again. Let's go.
Forte is going to pick up the fumbles that Clausen drops.
We're going to shut Forte down. Beast mode is overdue.
And welcome back to Fan Face Off, where fans are the experts. Extremely biased experts, but experts nonetheless. Let's welcome our new panelist from Seattle. Here he is. It's Matt. All right, time now to head outside the huddle. This is where we address the questions and the comments you've been sending in throughout the social sphere this past week, like telling me that I said drop the hammer one too many times, so I've retired it. It hangs up in the banner now next to my other accolades. All right, this first one's going to go to Matt from Seattle. 96.5 Jack FM tweeted, hashtag Bam Bam Cam is back. Is everyone happy now? Nope, wait, hashtag Jimmy Graham is not. Hashtag pass him the ball, Russell. Should Seattle be using Jimmy Graham more? What do you think?
Well, I mean, they should. If you think about it, Jimmy's never really had to adjust to a new system the way he's having to do in Seattle right now. And Darrell Bevell said that Jimmy's not upset despite the fact that he stormed out in Green Bay. He's just upset that the team is 0-2. And I guess I could believe that, but I know that Jimmy wants to be a bigger part of the offense, and I think that he will. This is kind of what the Seahawks do. They come out of the gate a little slow and then adjust to it. So I think he's going to actually probably have a pretty big breakout game on Sunday.
Ernie, is Jimmy Graham being underutilized in Seattle, or is that just great news and fine by you?
It's completely fine by me. And, I mean, they're having great success without him. So, I mean, why go to him, man?
All right, so Ernie's okay with it. All right, we got another question for you via Skype. This one says, without Jay Cutler, what does Chicago have to do in order to steal the home opener against Seattle? So, Aldo, how can Chicago upset here in Seattle tomorrow?
Well, let me inform all the people in Seattle whose IQ is about this much, which is about the number of interceptions the Seattle Seahawks have. But all they have to do is give the ball to Matt Forte, who's the third leading rusher in the NFL and is also third in all-purpose yards. Also, Martellus Bennett is coming off an all-pro season where he caught 90 passes. He's got a touchdown reception already this year. This is going to be such an easy victory for the Bears. I don't know why there's even a debate about this.
Listen, what the Bears need to have happen for them to win the game is for Cam to start holding out again, for Russell to start holding out, for Jimmy Graham to start holding out, for popcorn vendors to start holding out, for fans, and no one show up on Sunday. That is the only way Chicago is going to come close to touching Seattle on Sunday. This is laughable. I want to pat them all on the back, everyone in Chicago, and just tell them, look forward to next week. This is bad for you. There's nothing good's going to happen.
That's not true.
Norb, you like what you're hearing?
In reality, Matt Forte is the one bright spot for the Bears, and Seattle will know that coming in. And so I think, again, with Cam Chancellor back, with a stronger focus on better tackling this game, they will take care of Forte, and that's going to force either Clausen or Cutler, if he makes the way back onto the field, to do what they do. And Clausen can take his 56 quarterback rating and throw it right back to Seattle, and we can score that way. Not a problem.
All right, let's get another tweet here. This one from Ernest Shepard. It says, fantasy football sleepers. Who cannot be overlooked? Hashtag fantasy football. Hashtag Martellus Bennett. So, Kyle, do you think Martellus could outperform his brother Michael Bennett on Sunday?
Well, I mean, they play opposite sides of the ball, but I mean, that being said, yeah, I think this is the game he needs to come alive, man. I'm expecting big things. I mean, who else is Cutler / Clausen or whoever is going to play, going to throw the ball to? Because I don't know if Alshon is going to play. He's been acting kind of prima donna-ish. Eddie Royal's kind of just been concussed and kind of an afterthought. And really, I mean, it's Martellus's game to lose, and he's such a freak. I mean, you talk about Jimmy Graham. Here's another guy who was a late Pro Bowl addition, had a great season last year. I mean, you got to put Marty Saurus Rex up there, man. He's one of the best.
Michael Bennett just jumped off sides, by the way.
Now, of course, Martellus, yeah, he is a monster on offense, and Michael, he does his thing. He's a wrecking ball on defense in Seattle. So what do you think, Garrett? Who's going to be the brother? Is it going to be Martellus or Michael?
Listen, man, it's Michael Bennett. It's the home opener. Everybody knows with the sound from the 12s, the get-off is that much faster for our defensive ends and our defensive linemen. So stop it. And also, by the way, Aldo, when I look up and I think about the name Aldo in the dictionary, I see a clown, okay? Because that's what you need, a big red nose and some floppy shoes. Wow. Don't you forget that your boy Jimmy Clausen, 1 for 10 as a starter. That defense that you got going for you has given up 79 points. By the way, that's the most in the NFL. Tie your shoes, son, because you are tripping.
All right, hey, now, since we're on the topic of the Bennetts, they both do have distinct nicknames, and Kyle, you already recognize Martellus, of course. They call him the Black Unicorn, a.k.a. Marty Saurus Rex. Michael in Seattle, they call him Black Santa, a.k.a. Moses Bread. Now, who has the better nickname? Brady, what do you think?
Martellus Bennett all day. I mean, you get, of course, it's the Black Unicorn. No one comes up with something like that. That's awesome. I mean, there's just end case in point. And the Bears are going to win, and he's the best tight end in football. That's it.
He may have a better nickname, but you better get used to this dance move. Because when Clausen or Cutler goes down at the hands of Michael Bennett, you're going to see a lot of that dance.
Michael has a better chance of catching a touchdown from Jimmy Clausen than Martellus Bennett does. So who cares what his nickname is? It doesn't matter. He's a non-factor.
One thing is for sure, it'll be a lot of fun to see him go at it tomorrow. Talented and very funny guys, by the way. All right, good stuff, guys. Hey, with that, we have reached the end of the first half. Where did it go? It just started. Now, after the cheerleaders and the wiener dog races, we're going to find out who gets picked to be our fan face-off MVPs. Plus, our guests drop some fantasy knowledge. Start them, sit them, or, maybe you should have learned how to play fantasy football before even joining a league. We'll find out. The Fantasy Blitz is next.
I think Jimmy's going to have a big breakout game against that very mediocre Chicago defense.
Seattle's never known how to use a tight end.
Oh, hello there. Question, are you a football fan from Seattle or Chicago? You like watching people throw verbal haymakers from thousands of miles away? Well, then you're in the right place. Welcome back. This is Fan Face-Off. And guess what? We've got a new player joining us via Skype. Please welcome to the panel, Ray for Chicago. Now let's get right back to it, shall we? All right, time for this week's Fantasy Blitz. Here we go. Let's start with Ray from Chicago. You're the newcomer. You do the honors. Which Chicago receivers has the best chance of catching a TD from Jimmy Clausen tomorrow?
I'm going to go with Eddie Royal. They're going to keep it simple. They're going to keep it short, and he's going to be right across the middle.
Now, Brian, you're nodding in disapproval. Is there a Chicago receiver at all who has a chance of catching a TD tomorrow?
I think they have a better chance of someone recovering a fumble from Jimmy Clausen after he gets sacked and running it in for a touchdown. But listen, I'll be objective for a second and say I'll go with Alshon Jeffrey because he's athletic and he's tall, and those guys give us a little bit of trouble, the fast, tall guys. And that's me being objective, but I'll go with the fumble thing first, trust me.
Now, Aldo gave you the thumbs up for that, so let's punt up to you. Is this the game that the beast is unleashed, or will Matt Forte have a giant game like he did back in week 1?
Well, of course, Matt Forte is going to outperform the beast. That's like asking me whether you would rather eat Chicago's world-famous deep dish pizza with extra cheese, mushroom, onions, and green pepper, or would you rather eat Seattle's favorite disc, mollusk? Come on now. Matt Forte all the way.
Hot take from Aldo.
Yeah, I like the food, but it's gonna flip the script here. I think we're gonna shut Forte down. Beast mode is overdue for a game, a breakout game, and we're coming home, baby. And nobody beats us at our house. So we're gonna take care of business, and we're gonna open things up. He's gonna run all over the Bears this Sunday.
All right, let's continue in fantasy land here. The one player with the greatest fantasy impact on the game tomorrow will be Ernie.
Forte. They're going to pass to Forte. Forte is going to run. Forte is going to pick up the fumbles that Clausen drops. Forte is going to block. He's going to do everything. It's going to be Tecmo Bowl for Forte. That's what it's going to be.
All right, Matt in Seattle, I take it you don't agree with that assessment. Who will have the biggest fantasy impact tomorrow?
Well, I guess it probably depends. I mean, I think if Cam actually does play, then he'll make the biggest impact, and Seattle's D will actually have a big week. But, I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, I think there's no question it's Jimmy Graham. I mean, I think there's nobody hungrier on that field than him to have a huge game just because, obviously, he's just got the one touchdown so far for Seattle in 2 games, and he's not used to that being from New Orleans. So, I mean, I think Jimmy's going to have a big breakout game against that very mediocre Chicago defense.
Ray in Chicago, you disagree, sir?
They don't know how to use a tight end. Seattle's never known how to use a tight end. He only saw 2 targets last week. Why do you think Marshawn's not getting his yards? They're forcing terrible throws to Jimmy. They don't know how to use a tight end.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's a cheater.
All right, Garrett in Seattle, who's your fantasy sleeper tomorrow?
Well, definitely, believe it or not, it is Jimmy Graham. And quite frankly, they didn't force anything to him last week because he only got 2 targets, you moron. Listen, you guys, Jimmy Graham is going to certainly in CenturyLink Field, all right? We're not going to have to deal with the crowd noise. Jimmy Graham will be that fantasy sleeper, and second will be the Seahawks defense. No question about it.
Tyler Lockett. You got to go with Tyler Lockett. Kick returner. He's already got a touchdown this season, and they're targeting him more in the offense. He's a sneaky wide receiver pick.
Brian, I'm picking up the flag for the false start. We're going to send it over to Brady in Chicago. Brady, who's your sleeper for tomorrow?
Matt Forte all day. That's it. Yeah. I think he's going to start playing quarterback for us too, because Kyle Fuller stinks. No, I think Matt Forte is going to be he's going to have a huge game. I think he's going to go over at least 100 yards, and Jimmy Clausen just needs to hand the ball off to Matt Forte. Matt Forte all day.
Now, Jimmy Clausen, that's the key word. We're talking about sleepers. Ernie, who's the sleeper tomorrow? Forte's too obvious.
Clausen is the sleeper here. I think they're going to keep the package really simple with him, and it's going to be lots of screens and things to Forte and Bennett, and they'll use Bennett to set up Forte and back and forth, and he'll pick up 4 or 5 yards at a time, get knocked down, stand up, 4 or 5 more yards. It'll work out fine.
There, good stuff. Thanks so much to all of our panelists. We'll settle it on the field tomorrow. It is crunch time, folks. After the break, we pick one MVP from each team. They'll line up for one last goal line stand. Which of these panelists will get the game ball from tonight's episode and present their teams before they take the field tomorrow? Predictions and more. Fan Face-Off End Zone is next. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. That's a signal to my officiating crew that it is time to enter the Fan Face-Off End Zone, brought to you by Jack in the Box. All right, now we've heard the best that both sides have to offer tonight, and time to nominate our MVPs for tonight's episode. Two fans who gave it at least 110%, and they left it all in the Skype line. Now from Chicago, our MVP is Aldo. There he is, ready to bring it. And for Seattle, Brian, you're getting the virtual game ball. All right, now let's start with you there in Seattle, Brian. You know how it works. We're going to put 20 seconds on the clock. You give us that final score, why you think Seattle will have the last laugh. Brian, take it away. Go.
All right, we're going 24-6 Seattle, and here's why. Cam Chancellor's coming back. This team, their morale was a little bit broken. They're frustrated. They need to pick it up. This is like a new start for them. They've got their big brother coming back. Man, he's just going to stand in the backfield, intimidate everybody in the secondary, smash people. I'll give Chicago 2 field goals. I think they can get into field goal range twice, but Jimmy Clausen can't do it.
Time. Good stuff. Used up all of his clock. All right, you're up next, Chicago. Aldo, you've got 20 seconds. Give us your score, the prognosis, what's going to happen tomorrow. Ready, set, 319 Omaha. Hut, hut, go.
You know, one of the things we haven't talked about is that Russell Wilson is a terrible quarterback. If it wasn't for his escapability, he would still be married to his first wife and bagging groceries somewhere. And then Marshawn Lynch, he isn't over the hill. He is the hill. The guy stinks. The Bears have more rushing yards this year than the Seahawks. They have more passing yards, and they have the element of surprise. They're going to win.
Aldo, time. I'm so sorry. You're out of time to further offend all of the people in the greater Seattle area. There you have it, folks. One thing we do know, somebody will get their first win tomorrow. Big thanks to everyone on our panel tonight. Great stuff, guys and gals. We can't, if we can answer some of your questions from the fandom world, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Next week, Seattle and Detroit in that big Monday night matchup. So let's keep the conversation going. You can post your trash talk. You can do it on our Facebook page. You can tweet us at FanFaceOffShow. Now, if you know anyone who wasn't able to watch the show first, shame on them. But make sure you tell them that they can watch the entire show on our Fan Face Off YouTube channel. The episodes are ready and waiting for you at your leisure. Now, until next time, get your game face on. Come back when you're ready to face off with the best of them. We'll be waiting. I'll actually be waiting right here. Get my lazy boy. So long, everybody. Where's my lazy boy?
Promotional consideration provided by Skype from Microsoft. Skype instant messaging, voice, and video calling make it simple to share your life with the people who matter most, wherever they are. Mr. Cashman's wardrobe provided by Thomas Dean, a European-inspired collection of menswear with a focus on color, pattern, and comfort.